Hey, thanks for checking this out. So my name is Corey and I want to help you grow your podcast as well as keep that audience. So what makes me qualified for this? I'll just jump into that real quick. Radio professional, over 10 years experience, major markets across the country I'm heard on right now, over 3 million people I reach on a weekly basis, and my company's big into podcasts. So what I learned through radio and through the podcast, I'm here to share with you on this channel. Like I posted the other day, 2 things that can enhance your podcast, simple communication techniques that make all the difference when you're connecting to your audience. So be sure to check that out after this video. So 3 things here, I don't want to give you too much, but these are 3 very important things that are typically overlooked by the beginner podcaster. And we'll start with the thumbnail. Thumbnail, first impression makes a huge difference. I mean, first impressions in general, you get that. That is such a big thing. And thumbnails typically get disregarded. People overlook that. So podcasts, a lot of people find them on their phones as they're scrolling through there, and phones are tiny to begin with. You got a tiny thumbnail, you can't really make it out. So if your podcast thumbnail has too much detail on it, it makes me really strained to see what it is, or it's confusing, I'm just gonna pass and find something else. So make the logo easy to recognize and kind of get an idea as to what your podcast is about. With the logo, also make sure there's not many words, because it's a tiny thumbnail on a tiny screen typically. I don't have to sit there and strain to read what you wrote on your thumbnail. So make it just few words and make it easy to understand and read. Once again, first impression, huge thing, and that's what you're doing with your thumbnail. So once you get past the thumbnail, the next big thing is your title for your episodes. And this is where a lot of people get hung up because they're so proud of their episode podcast number, and people who've been doing this forever are guilty of this. They put the episode number in their title. Don't do that. There's an exception to this. Obviously, there's people like Joe Rogan who do that. He can get away with that because he's been around for so long. He's got such a huge audience. Doesn't matter what he puts as a title. People are still going to come to his podcast to listen, no matter whatever it's about. You, me, we're not up to that level, so we can't get away with that. So if you're big on putting your episode number in there, just put it in the description. But don't use up that real estate in your title for something like a podcast episode number. Make it searchable. So make it something that if I'm typing in something about Peyton Manning and you're talking about Peyton Manning, it could pop up. Therefore, oh, podcast about Peyton Manning, I want to listen to this. Then besides making it searchable, make it something intriguing, captivating. It pulls me in. When I see the title, I'm like, oh, I gotta listen to this to see what this is about. So use that real estate properly. Episode numbers, put it in the description. Make your title descriptive, captivating, searchable through search engines. And then with dates, some people do that too. Don't put the date in there because it's already posted when you upload it as to when it was uploaded, the date. Don't put the date in your title. And then once you get past those 2 things, you just gotta make sure you keep your audience, because you've got them now. Now you gotta keep them. Regular scheduled uploads. Make sure that whenever you post your uploads, whether it's once a week or 7 days a week, it's always at the same day, same time. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 p.m., Monday through Sunday, 4 p.m., whatever it is, keep it the same, because as a listener, I'm going to come back and look for it at that time. If it's not there, well, did they stop? I'll have to find something else. Don't make me as a listener guess as to when you're uploading your podcast. You got to keep that consistent schedule. It's all about routines. People are very much into routines nowadays, and you're part of that with your podcast. So make sure you keep the dates and the times always at the same. And then building off of that, just something to keep in mind, just because you're on vacation doesn't mean I am as a listener. So if you know you're going away for a while, make sure you record podcasts in advance and then you set them to upload at those same days and times that you've been doing. Yeah, it's a little bit more work, but remember, you're building your audience and you're training them so they know when to come to you and when to listen to your podcast. And if I come and it's not there, that's not good. You may lose me. I may not check back next time. So keep it the same, even if you're gone on vacation, because the previous episode maybe said you're going away for a week. Maybe I didn't listen to the previous episode. So don't make me guess as a listener. So just quick recap, make sure your thumbnail's easy to understand and to read. Small on a phone, don't make it complicated or too detailed to where I can't really understand what it is through a quick, glance on my phone. Second, make sure you put the episode number, if you do it, in the description. Don't put it in the title. Don't put the date in the title. Make it something that's searchable as well as it captivates me if I'm just coming across it for the first time. Oh, I gotta listen to that. And then lastly, your scheduled uploads have to be the same, whether it's once a week, 5 days a week, 7 days a week. It's always got to be at the same days, same times. Remember, you're training your audience to when to come back to you. If you got any questions about this or anything in general, hit me up below, or you can find my social medias. All the links are below. Corey on Radio. It's the same exact thing for Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Check out that video. It's up there about how you can enhance your podcast with 2 simple techniques for communication that will pull your audience in and make them feel a little bit more a part of you and your show. And yeah, more videos to come. So make sure you click subscribe, the bell, and thanks for watching.